The following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Green Sports Zone. This is the Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome to this year's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show, where we cover everything on the Tundra with the North Greene Huskies football team. We'll break down the roster for you, go throughout the schedule, and talk about Coach Tilson's goals for the Huskies this year. We'll talk about that right after a short break as you hear from our sponsors here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone.
The Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, and by Baileyton Drug Company.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome to this year's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show, where we cover everything on the Tundra with the North Greene Huskies football team. As always, I'm joined here with Huskies head coach Eric Tilson. Coach,
welcome back.
It's nice to be back at the round table. We actually did an interview this summer. If you haven't seen that, the summer sit-down show with the B&W Show and Eric Tilson, go check that out. But I
just learned we need some sort of intro. I'm not as cool as James.
Where they do the clapping and stuff.
Just, I'm not that cool, so.
We'll figure out something.
James is one of the funnest human beings alive.
That is true.
So we'll at least make it a little entertaining.
We'll find some way. We got a whole season ahead of us.
Well,
Hey,
have we ever heard anybody, like, we have an Easter egg in our show. Have we ever heard anything ever about it?
One coach has noticed it, and one coach, I won't say copied it, but one coach, I believe, tossed an Easter egg back at you.
Oh, responded.
Yes. I guess responded is the way. Yes. So there is an Easter egg in every one of these shows we've done. I need to go back and count. That was one of my. That was one of the items on my to-do list over summer, was go back and count how many coaches shows I've done and how many I've done in each sport and each coach. So still need to do that. I'd say we're past the 50 mark now, and we've done it on every single one that we've done in here. Well, and I don't know if anybody's noticed it. This is year
season six, yeah.
Season 6, and we've done at the minimum 10 each, plus fall breaks, postseason. So, yeah, we're approaching 60
we're
now.
running longer than Friday Night Lights is right now.
We are.
We're in season 6.
Listen, here in a couple of years, we might be up there with the Simpsons.
How about that? We'll start predicting the future.
Let's go through this year's roster. Let's talk about the Husky squad. Tell me who we've got on the 2026 roster. You can go through however you'd like, alphabetically, numerically, by class. Who we got this year in green?
I got it numerically.
Okay.
So it'd probably be the easiest way to do it. So
I think that's the way I've done the other two so far.
We're going to have to speak a little Espanol. Starting off, we got our boy Juan Soto. He's going to wear the Uno this year. He's obviously coming back as our kicker, and he's actually playing a little bit of football now too. So he's learning how to tackle and actually play. So that's definitely pretty exciting, and he's got a lot stronger leg. Kickoff's getting a little bit closer to the end zone, and of course he's automatic from extra point. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely exciting. But we got to pause.
We got an important phone call.
Hello. All right. Oh, hold on 1 second. What? Yep, I figured that. Well, I got Tyler Nichols here. He wants to.
Listen, I don't.
Tell Tyler I said just tell him whatever you want to, then tell him I said it.
Oh, you're speaking to the masses right now. You're on the preview edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show.
There ain't no way you just recorded everything we just said.
No, that part's been cut out. No. We started about 20 seconds ago.
I can't believe you boys even answered the phone then.
Well, when
James Buchanan calls, you answer the phone.
Well, who called besides me?
Somebody who I would say may be more important than you sometimes calls.
Well, glad to see you boys keep your phones closed just in case.
I should have known you'd have found some way to make it on my next North Greene interview.
Yep.
Well,
I don't know if I want that necessarily on there. I'm not ready to throw shots across the bow yet.
All right. Well, you boys have you a good show.
Will do.
Don't forget, in Baileyton, We have drugs.
We have the drugs.
Well, Baileyton Drug Company has the drugs.
Yes, we don't. North Greene does not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. See you, fellas.
See you, Coach.
You'll have fun cutting that one up.
That'll be fun. Yeah, you missed a lot of that action, but where were we?
Well, luckily we had only got to
Numero uno.
One. So we are now to number 2, Jared Swatzel.
There we go.
Jared, starting off what he's done before, he's been a starting corner for us for the past couple years, and he's excelled in that role and has done a very good job. And now he is moving into the quarterback role. He's been behind a very good one and has watched and learned from him, and now he's in a position where he has a start under his belt, and he's got a lot of playing time, JV and varsity too. And we expect him to be the guy and be a guy who plays really well for us, and he's getting better every week. And one thing about him is we tell him all the time, you don't have to be anybody else. You just got to be Jared Swatzel. And he's the type of quarterback that makes really good decisions. He's almost like a point guard on a basketball team. He don't have to make the plays himself. He just needs to get it to the guys who will make the plays. And then if they leave him alone, he has enough wills and enough of an arm to make them pay for it. So we're excited about Jared. Of course, he's progressing in the position, and he's making a lot better decisions now, and he's starting to understand kind of what we are trying to do now, because it's one thing, he's learned the offense, but until you become the guy that we're relying on, it's a different level of just accountability, because now you got to look at everybody else in the huddle every single day, not just 1 week, but every single day, and everybody's looking at you, and he's done a great job commanding with that commanding presence, even just being a newcomer in terms of the starting lineup. Then we have number 3. He's a freshman, Archer Tippins. He's joining us from the middle school, and he has had a great preseason camp, and he's actually made a lot of plays in 7-on-7, playing corner for us, and he actually started a couple 7-on-7. We had a couple injuries, a couple guys not available, and he went in, played pretty well against some pretty good competition. He's really adjusting to the high school game really well. So we've been excited about him understanding football, and there's a little bit tidbit we found out about him last week. He may have elevated himself as one of my favorite players.
Is he a Packers fan?
Well, no. If that's the case, he is definitely one of my favorite players. But his family, one of them works for Little Debbie.
Oh, nice.
So that I'm not saying I could be bribed, but Little Debbie makes it very difficult because Little Debbie is she is a queen in our house. So, but Archer has done a really good job this preseason. Moving number 4 is a senior, Dylan Gentry. He missed out on the end of the last season. His season ended short last year, and he's still coming back off of that, and he's just slowly progressing back to full speed. And he's about to that point now where he's able to be lock and loaded, and he's done a phenomenal job leading from the sideline, because that's hard to be a senior, not be able to do much with your team, but he's been doing that quiet work in PT, been doing the quiet work off the field, off by himself, what he can do physically, and slowly been progressing more and more to look like football, and he's about to that point where he's able to be unleashed, and he is mentally ready for it. So we're excited what he's going to be able to do. Last time he played, he was one of the best defensive linemen in our league. So we're excited what he's going to be able to do. So look forward to having him back for sure. Another freshman, number 5, Trenton Shiree. He's a running back, linebacker for us. With a lot of these freshmen, we don't know what exactly they're going to be on the field. But Trenton has made a lot of plays defensively, so we had to throw him out with against some varsity kids very quickly in a scrimmage, and he made a couple plays. And that's what you want to see out of freshmen. So that ability to go out and go make plays. They make freshman mistakes, but if they're able to make plays, that shows a lot of promise for the future. We moved number 6, Easton Head, also coming over from the middle school. He's had some adversity faced already. He's dealing with some stuff that he hasn't been able to practice yet, but he is a really smart kid who understands football, and he's almost going to be like a extra coach on the sideline for the first part of the season as we get him back into the fold with football. But real excited about him. We've had a lot of the heads come through here, and he's the last one. So we're excited, and they've all had successful careers here at North Greene, and we're looking forward to seeing what he's capable of doing. And so great family, and again, like a lot of these freshmen, a lot of unknowns, but
right.
we are excited about this freshman group because there's a lot of promise and a lot of athletes and a lot of good guys in this group. And then we go to number 7, Tanner Collins. Tanner is moved over to quarterback, and he's playing safety for us right now. Tanner, he's a kid we've known about. He played at our middle school. He played last year on special teams for us. He's completely deaf, so it's made things very challenging coaching-wise. And we saw him throw in flag football and PE, and it's like, this kid can throw. Like, he can launch it. And so we moved him to quarterback, and he got real excited about it. And then he started progressing really fast at quarterback. So we're like, we need to learn how to communicate with him a lot better, because we've got some technology, some stuff like closed captioning stuff that we try to talk with them, but like, we need to accelerate this. So about 3 or 4 of our coaches have picked up trying to learn sign language, but we're very bad. So, but we're learning sign language. I can finger spell a lot of stuff. That's about a lot of words you have to finger spell it, but not fast enough to do stuff like on the field. So with Tanner, he's conceptually starting to understand the quarterback position, learning it really well. And the best part about it is that pushed Jared, because it got to a point where like Tanner was starting to accelerate, and we're like, is he going to accelerate past Jared just soon? Like this is. And then that caused Jared to elevate his game, and then now they're both improving at an extremely high rate, which is great, because now you want that type of competition because it makes both kids better. And so now we got options with both kids, and then it helps you on the defensive side, because now both of them will play defensively. So unfortunately, you can only have one quarterback. You can play a lot of defensive backs, and but both those guys play defensively. But like, it was good to see that, because now Tanner, we need him to develop with a lot of game reps, because that's what he's missing right now. And also as a coach, like, his limitation is not him. His limitation is his coaches learning how to communicate and do things properly. So we've researched ways to be able to do that, and it's really helped in some ways. And fortunately for us, he's got 2 brothers, which we'll get to them later on, but they're phenomenal, and make sure they communicate with him.
Both know sign language.
Oh yeah, so they know sign language, so that there a lot of times they translate for us. And of course I don't know what they're saying half the time, but like, you can almost tell they're yelling at each other on the field, like brothers.
When you aggressively sign it.
Aggressively sign. I'm like, they're getting after it like brothers are. So it's been really good. Been excited about that. So he's a very natural player at safety. So sometimes he looks like an all-region kid, and then sometimes he don't quite understand what's going on. And again, it's not on him. It's because I haven't explained, or I've explained it, but it was out on the field where we didn't have closed captioning, or we didn't have a way. I didn't sign it. I didn't do anything. So like, that's why I say the limitation's not on him. It's on me.
Right.
So I've got to make sure. This technology is phenomenal. Like, I can actually have a transcribe feed, put it on my chest, and he can read it while I'm talking, stuff like that. So
That's cool.
So we're trying to find ways. I know my computer, when we watch film, I just click a couple hotkeys and it's closed captioning.
Nice.
So he hears everything. Now, I will say some of the translation is like off the wall. Like like I'll read it and it's like, that's not what I said at all. We're talking about going to the flats and it's talking about something Ford trucks. Like it's so it's like that don't make sense at all.
I learned that also because last year, whenever we started running interviews on TikTok, we tried out the closed captioning.
Yep.
It did not like Billy Kaler's name. It did not like Chucky Doke. It did not like some of those that you could confuse for Taylor or I don't know if there's been any closed captioning that ever really understands Chucky Doke. Greenville did not have an E in it.
Oh, it never does.
North Greene did not have an E in it. So, closed captioning can be a pain sometimes.
AI for the loss. So sometimes people do a little bit better.
Yep.
But also probably I got like a real country bumpkin accent too, so it does not help. Which I could imagine I could be back in Chicago right now still, and I still had the same accent back then too. So they couldn't understand a word I said. Then number 8 is a senior, Levi Gray. This is only his second year playing football. He came out last year for us and really blossomed as a football player, and he has continued to get better. He's physically like a different kid. He's very impressive. We got him at linebacker. He plays tight end / receiver for us, kind of hybrid kid that can kind of do it all because he's fast enough to go play receiver. He's big enough. He's 180 pounds to go play tight end and go play linebacker, and and he'll run his shoulder through your chest, and which is something you can't teach. So he's been one we've been excited about and has played really well, and now he's in his senior year, and so we're looking forward to see like what type of jump is he going to make from his first year playing for us to his second year playing for us. And then number 9, we got another senior, Kelson Eastep, kid that's been progressively getting better every single year. He's a big old target receiver. We've recently just moved him down to linebacker, and he's starting to find a place because he's one of the bigger kids we have, period. He's close to 6'5", 6'6". He's 205, 210 pounds, so big body. And if he ever drops back and cut, like, because our linebackers have a lot of run work, if he ever drops back and passes, like quarterback looks out there and they just see a lot of arms and a helmet, like he's not throwing it that direction. So it deters a lot of stuff when he just gets depth into his drop. And then on the offensive side, he's been big target for us, and take advantage of him. He had a great season last year, and hopefully he can continue to pile on that success. Then number 10, Turner Collins. He's a junior for us. He has played a lot of football in a lot of different roles. He's started a few games here and there on defense. He started a couple games at receiver throughout. He's been on every special teams throughout his freshman and sophomore year, and he's always been a guy who has a knack to be around the football. So he's playing safety for us, and he's played receiver for us, and he's one that he can catch a slant or catch a screen. He's got a real good burst, so he's kind of that kid that like all of a sudden he catches a 5-yard in, and then he's taken another 15 yards and nobody's had a chance to react to it. So he's got a little different skill set than what our other guys have. So it's good to have that type of diversity at receiver, and then also for at safety, it's good to have because he's got that quick burst that he's able to read a run, and he's all of a sudden he's in the tackle box. Then we moved to number 11, Matthew Boyd, and Matthew has really transformed himself overall because we've been fortunate to have a old group that's just kind of moved together throughout our program, and unfortunately for Matt, he's kind of had a back seat to that in terms of guys in front of them that have taken. We've had guys like Jake Duffy. We've had guys like Brandon Weems who have played that receiver role that have 50-plus catches, 10-plus touchdowns, and then we had a lot of other guys who could have taken that. And Matt was one of the top guys that we've had, and now it's his turn to take that role, and he has really embraced that. He has transformed himself as leader, because like when those guys left, we had a leadership vacuum. Who's going to be leader, and we needed somebody to step into that role. Well, that was him. He was the guy that stepped into it, filled that void, and I couldn't be more pleased about that transition there. He's really helped a lot of other guys come along, and then he's transformed his game, and he's the guy I expect to have that next great receiver season for us, and because he can pretty much do about everything. We've had him catch screens. We've had him catch ball down the field. We've had him catch our intermediate stuff. We've had him catch the arrows and quick game. We've had him running the option. We've had him, like, anything on offense he can do. He catches punts for us. He catches kick returns. He's playing our middle safety for us, doing literally about everything possible for us. So I don't expect to see him to come off the field. And a lot of that's because over the course of the last 4 years, he's invested himself into the weight room. And a lot of times when people hear they've invested in the weight room, they think like, oh, well, they must be like 240 pounds and just big and strong and they can't run. It's like, no, well, the way we do things is, there's the bell. So kids like him, they'll come in, they'll start about 150 pounds, and then they gain 30 to 40 pounds while they're here. But they get faster as they go. So because they put on that weight, they're physically strong and they still can run. So they're able to withstand the course, the force of a game, and be able to take the brunt of the physicality of a game. So he's put himself in a position to do that. So I would expect to hear his name a lot this year. So he'll be a guy we lean on quite a bit, and we'll move him all over the place. You'll see him in the backfield about everywhere we can imagine. So excited about him, and he's the leader of our offense. He's the leader of our defense. He's the leader of our team, and he's really embraced that. Moved to number 12, Casey Massey. He's a junior for us. He's played tight end and defensive end for us. He just keeps getting bigger and bigger every single year. Physically, he looks like a big kid now, and he just another kid keep getting faster and faster as well. But he was an all-region defensive end for us last year, and he continuously improves. He's a force to be reckoned with on the defensive side, and he's a big blocking body on the offensive side, and he catches the ball well enough to make you pay when they start creeping an extra safety into the box. We can run him behind and he'll catch it and make you pay for it. And so we're excited about what he's capable of doing. And also when we talked about that leadership vacuum, not only do the current seniors had to fill the void of the guys who left, the juniors who stepped in leadership roles, they're the first followers. So another group of kids have to go follow the seniors again. And he's part of that group that has bought into like, hey, I want to take the lead about, hey, we're going to do what our leaders, like whatever they do, we need to go do it. And we're starting to see some of that. Now, it was a work in progress. It wasn't like, I'm talking great about these kids. It's like, it's been a work in progress to get to this point. It wasn't all happy-go-lucky this off-season and preseason. We had to work to get to this point, and but I've been pleased with the progress that we made, and we're still not a finished product. And it's guys like him that help us get to that point. And Casey's done a great job. Then number 13, Charles Price, a guy who started to break out towards the end of the year last year. Played linebacker for us, made a lot of big plays there towards the end of the year, especially in our playoff game. Those guys we expecting to be vying for some on running back and linebacker. It's made a lot of plays throughout the preseason. We look forward to continuing to seeing his progress. He's only a sophomore, so that's definitely exciting. Number 15, Evan Trianis. He's a freshman coming in, and he's a kid that shows up to work every day. and does a great job. And one thing I like about this freshman group, that they come to work and they smile about being here, and that's the first step. And because sometimes I know they look, it's like, man, they look at all the big seniors and juniors, and well, they don't shy away from it, but they also look, it's like, man, I have no shot at playing. It's like, well, you're playing a long game here. Look to develop. I look forward to seeing what those guys do on JV, and look forward to how competitive and who's going to go out and go compete. Then we move to our next senior leader, number 20, Leon Johnson. Leon's a special player. He had great averages on offense. He scored over 10 touchdowns last year rushing, and I don't care if the backfield wasn't so crowded last year. I mean, he could have broke some single season records rushing. But when you got that many guys, you try to spread the wealth as much as possible. And now he's in a position where he's worked himself, where he's the guy, and he's the guy we expect to, like, hey, first down, be ready. Second down, be ready. Third down, be ready. Fourth down, be ready. And he's really embraced that, and we look forward to that. And he's also a guy that, with that leadership vacuum, he has really stepped in for that. Now, he's done it a different way than the other guys. He has a little bit different personality, and he's taken more of that mentor type role. These kids don't know that, like we watch them, and like I just kind of look over. We got a little pause in practice. I look over, and he's working with the younger kid. And he takes that type of role with them, and which that's the type of stuff you want to see, is a senior taking an interest in a younger kid, trying to go help him. And we've noticed him doing that. And also I've actually seen him get on some kids about, like, hey, we need to go get lined up. This is where you're supposed to be. Or he'll physically go grab somebody and put them where they're supposed to be. And he's really taken that kind of hands-on approach of leadership in a positive way, which has been great to have out of him. And so I look forward to seeing what he's able to do at running back. He has been productive at linebacker every year he's been here. He's had 100+ tackles multiple times in his career, and I wouldn't expect anything different this year. So of course we need to improve defensively overall. If he comes out to tackles well, then we have a shot at it. Moving to number 21 is Parker Collins. He's another one of the Collins brothers.
Okay.
He's playing corner for us, and he's playing receiver, and he's really blossomed over the past month. He's like exploded. Like, there's been a shift in him. Like, it's clicked. Like, he's figured it out. So I am not exaggerating when I say the last 3 competitions we have. So we had 2 days of 7-on-7 at FCA camp, and then our last scrimmage. So our last 3 competition, he has double-digit interceptions.
Total?
Like, just overall over the course of those 3 days. He's had more before then, but I know for those 3 days he's got double-digit interceptions. He had 4 in one day. He had 3 last week, and then he had, I guess he had 3 the day before, or it might have been 4 days. But like, he's had a lot of interceptions preseason, right, 7-on-7 competition. So he's become a ball hawk, and a guy who's kind of understanding, like, what we're trying to accomplish defensively. And then he scored a touchdown on Friday at receiver, and so those ball skills are transferring to defense. And then another note, like, as a leadership part, is he's the guy, like, we talk to communicate to his brother and translate.
Okay,
and do stuff.
yeah.
Like, so that's
seen that. Okay.
Yeah. So he's doing. We're asking him to do a lot, and he's really stepped up to the plate. And and just a note, like, I've actually got it spelled wrong here, but his first name's got AR. So just for your note for later. Then we got a newcomer to us, number 25. His name's Junior Peters. He's first time playing football. He's a wrestler, and we're happy to have him. He's smiling all the time. Just you can tell he's a wrestler, like, when he runs, and and when he tackles, and I look forward to when he finally figures out football. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna be able to double leg somebody and take him to the ground. So that's been exciting to see out of him as he progresses and learns how to play the game of football. And then got another newcomer this year, number 41, Dalton Davis. He's first time ever playing football. He's going to try tight end linebacker. Another kid that don't have a lot of experience playing, but again, just wants to go have contact and go hit somebody. And he got real excited when we told him, like, hey, did you know there's a play in football where you're going to run full speed and run right into somebody? And he's like, really? And got real excited about that. So if you like to hit people, then football's a pretty good sport for you. Then we move into our front. Number 50, TJ Bowers. He's a junior for us. He's played for us over the past few years. He's starting to come along in terms of starting to get some size on him now. He's been an undersized lineman with a little bit of speed, and now he's starting to add some size to him. And he's one kid that I have no doubt will absolutely give everything he has. So he goes out on defense. He will create some chaos in some sort or fashion. So he definitely effort kid, and that effort tends to pay off. And he had a sack during our scrimmage last week. So again, he continues to improve. Then that gives us a lot of options, especially on the defensive line. Moving to number 52, Caden Brobeck. He's new to us this year. He hasn't played football. Either he hasn't played football before, or it's been a very long time since he's played football. But he's 6'6", 315 pounds. He's a big kid who can move. So as he's learning the game, we're excited about what he's able to do. And again, it's just a process with a lot of these newcomers, because I haven't seen them do a whole lot in terms of live action football, but there's a lot of excitement about like a lot of possibilities, and that's all it is possibilities. Then we got another newcomer. He could either be number 23 or number 53, because he's kind of hybrid tight end, offensive, defensive lineman. His name's Doug Blake. He just came to us. So he's a big physical kid. He's 6'4", 210. He's again, haven't seen him a whole lot yet. But he's well put together. So we'll look forward to seeing how he plays out in the next few scrimmages. Of course, kind of hard to tell yet and make predictions, but right. He's been a great addition in terms of like he fits right in with our group, and that's kind of what we're looking to see. Then we go to a returner, number 54, Caleb Gillum. He's a junior who has started games off and on at the offensive line. He started a lot of games on the defensive line, but he's a sawed-off kid. Like he's barrel-chested, got a big, strong upper body, and he's a big kid, and he's very physical. So, and that gives us we put him right at the point of attack a lot of times on the offensive line, and they just move people, which is what we want. And defensive line, he's hard to move, and we look forward to kind of asking him to take more of a role of like, okay, you've started a few games here and there, you're taking spot time, going back and forth. Now we're asking you to be a guy that plays most of the snaps now. So that's the thing about like the way we do things is we've lost a lot of guys, but also we've had guys who have been waiting their turn and have invested in themselves physically, and now they're in a position to like, okay, all that work I put in, now it's my turn to go do it, which is where you want to be at the program. So then number 55, a freshman, Liam Spalding. He has been a big surprise. He was a talented 8th grader last year. I saw him make some plays with our middle school team, but he comes in, and I am not exaggerating when I say he's the most physically impressive freshman I've ever seen, like just physically prepared. He's a big kid, 6 foot, 270 pounds, and he comes in like deadlifting 600 pounds. Comes
Wow.
in deadlifting that. Now we're doing a trap bar deadlift, so it's not like from 4 straight bar like a competition, but that's a lot of weight for a freshman coming in just like out the gate. So, and I asked him, I was like, "You've been taught before, haven't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "We have a home gym," and so it's like, so him and his dad, he's been trained before, and then you meet his dad, and you're like, this all makes sense. So his dad's like physically well put together, and there's some good genetics going on there, and then you're like, okay, well, weight room strength doesn't necessarily transfer out onto the field, and so we go sprint, and then he's fast. So he's like,
even better.
He's out there running well, and so it's like, okay, so we got 2 pieces of the puzzle. It's like, how do you move on a football field? Because like we use our weight room and our speed program as a means to the end, and the end's the football field. Like your field or what court or whatever your sport is a choice. We don't just go lift just to go lift. We go lift for preparation for their sport. So he goes out and he can play football. So it's there's 3 things going on there. So he's a kid, and I typically don't like to play a whole lot of freshmen. I just overall there's a old college football coach used to say it all the time. Of course, I've heard it from multiple coaches now, but I don't know who's the first one that said it. But it's like you can pretty much mark down for every freshman that you start, you can mark down a loss on your season. Because it doesn't matter how talented they are, like especially at the college level, they're going to do something at some point
That
like a freshman.
confuses
Yes, I've never experienced this before. So that's why it's good to have kids, even if they've never started before, they're older, and they come in, they've experienced in practice, or they've watched your own team go through it before, so they have an understanding. So typically don't like to play a whole lot of freshmen in a role where, now as they go towards the end of the year, they start to figure things out. But when you got a kid like him and he's producing the way he does, makes you pretty excited. And like now he's fighting for positions to play on our offensive line. He's playing linebacker for us. Like he's 270 pounds. He's fast enough to play linebacker. Like so
Right.
that says quite a bit about him. And he has a really good understanding of conceptually how to play football. And the best thing I like about him, and it's gonna, like if kids are watching this, like something to take away from him, is he asks questions all the time. And that's one of our favorite things as coaches. Like he doesn't understand something, he's going to ask. And absolutely love that, because that means he is wanting to learn and understand it. Then we moved to number 56, Eli Brown. He's a sophomore returning to us. He was a kid that was a JV kid for us last year, and he's what came in as like he looked like a child coming in, and then now he's starting to transform his body, and you start seeing the progress that he's made, and he's starting to shed some of that baby fat, and now he's starting to add muscle and starting to be able to control his body. And that's the thing is he does, like whatever you tell him to do, he does it exactly that way. So sometimes I have to be real careful about how I say things. If I say it wrong, he's going to do it wrong. And that's a great trait to have out of a kid. And if he continues to improve, he's going to be a pretty good ball player by the end of it. And that's the one thing about linemen. I had a coach tell me early on, he said, never count out a young offensive lineman. Never do it. Because you never know what they're going to be by the time they're a senior. Ever. So it's like I'm excited about our young linemen because they just keep improving. So I'm excited about them. Then another one of our seniors, our last senior on our roster, number 60, Sean Russell. He's been a 3-year starter for us. At offensive tackle, has played some defense sparingly from there. But so we've been needing some leadership roles up front, because when you graduate 4 out of the 5 offensive linemen, that's where the biggest leadership just kind of went away. And that's where he's kind of been like a coach on the field, really helping out anywhere that he sees fit and kind of making sure they do what they're supposed to, because like he sees it, I'm going to be back out here someday with these guys. So I want them to be ready for when I come back, because I want to have a great senior year. So he's done a great job with that, and then now he's healthy and he's ready to roll. So real excited about what he's able to do. Then number 62, Brock Norton. He's another young offensive lineman. I'd like to go back and see how much he weighed last year, because he keeps getting bigger and bigger, and he's got a motor on him. He don't look like it, but he looks like he's 170 pounds, but he's over 200 pounds. Then he gets out on the field, and he's actually getting off the ball, getting knockbacks, and actually making some plays. And he's somebody we're looking to add some depth on the defensive line. Going to number 64, Caleb Dilks is another big offensive lineman who's a sophomore. He's another one that continues to just keep adding weight. I want to say he's probably up to about 240, 250 pounds now. He also started a couple games at offensive line last year. Kid can either play center, play guard, play tackle. He can kind of play all
anywhere
of it.
You can.
Yeah, where we need him to. Really high intelligent kid. In terms of, he's definitely got he'll have a better ACT score than I do. And kid that conceptually understands things, and as he starts to learn the game of football, when it clicks for him, he's going to be a dandy of a football player. Got another newcomer to us. He's a sophomore, Victor Ramirez. He did not play football for us last year. He told me during football season last year, he's like, I'm going to come play football next year. And
he kept his word.
He kept his word. He came out and he did it. And I was a little skeptical if he would or not. And he's been a joy to have around. And he's got a little bit to him, even though he still does not understand the game yet. Like in terms of he's just figuring just small things about football. When you don't watch it your entire life, then
all of a sudden you've got to learn it in 3 short months.
Yes, so he's starting to understand a little bit. So he's done some good things physically, and so as he starts to learn, I hope he's enjoying it. Keep him out, and he's done a great job. So then we moved a couple freshmen here. When they have their shoulder pads on, I can't tell them apart because they're both like number right next to them, number 75, number 76. And then they're almost the same height with their pads on, and they're built the same way.
I can tell. 6'4", 250, and then 6'3", 260, and then it's 75, 76.
Yes, so it's very confusing sometimes. So number 75, he's a freshman, Brady Starnes. You'll recognize the name from one of our sponsors.
Correct.
Robert, and so he's entering a freshman. He's a big kid, and he's one has. It seems like he has grown up very fast and is still getting accustomed to his body, and he's starting to get stronger and starting to learn how to run, starting to do a lot of good stuff like that. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and make the prediction now. Once he is able to control his body and starts getting strong, he's going to be a monster of a football player. So, and again, that's the old saying. It's like you never count out a young lineman, because, and that's typically what happens is they get big, and then all of a sudden it's like, my muscles don't know how to handle this big body. So they look awkward and everything, and then all of a sudden it clicks. They get some strength and are able to control their body, and then because 6'4", 250 as a freshman, that's impressive.
Yes.
And then you start adding muscle on top of that, and he's a kid that's going to invest in it. He's going to do whatever's necessary for him to be successful. So you add those things together, because I've seen 6'4", 250-pound kids like not work, and then they just don't pan out. Well, you got a 6'4", 250-pound kid that works at it and wants to be good at it, they'll be successful. So I hope he's watching. Like, Brady, you'll be successful if you invest into it. Then number 76, which is his football twin. I'm just saying, because I'm telling you, from like during practice, you cannot tell a difference. But Noah Gray, he's Levi's brother. So and then you look at Levi, look at Noah, they look the same in the face.
Yeah.
So you got twins there, but he's another big body kid. So he's another kid that like intuitively starting to understand the game of football. He's physical and he can run even with his big stature. And so he's a kid we're excited about and look forward to kind of seeing him as he progresses. And again, a lot of these kids, like especially the early scrimmages, they get thrown out there and they still don't quite have the understanding of what we're trying to do. So sometimes they get discouraged early. And because I don't know what I'm doing, it's like, well, first thing you got to do is got to learn what you're supposed to do. And scrimmages expose that. That's the first thing that happens. Expose what you know. And once you figure out, it's like, okay, I really do need to learn the playbook. And then once they learn that, and then they start how to do things, and then things start clicking, they're actually start able to have some success. And that's what I think is going to happen with a lot of these freshmen is they're going to start having success in that way. Then we got number 77, Justin Hawk. He's a junior. This is only his second year playing football. He's worked himself into a position to be able to compete for a starting position on the offensive line. He's a kid that whatever you ask him to do, I'm going to brag on him here. This table, we got some wrap.
If y'all hadn't noticed yet.
So I bought a bunch of it, and I was trying to do it myself, and I was terrible at it. It was bad. Like I was trying to do it in there, and he comes up and says, "Hey, Coach, I know how to do that." So he starts doing it. He does every single table in there. So you can tell if you walk in our classroom, you can tell which table I did, and you can tell which tables Justin did. He did a phenomenal job, and then find out he did it because his family, it's Greenville Signs. And they do wraps on everything. And then so if you come by North Greene, I'm going to go ahead and give them a shout out.
There you go.
Our trailer out here, they wrapped our trailer. So, and they did it out of the goodness of their heart to help our program. And
it looks good.
It doesn't just look good. It looks phenomenal. So it could not be better done. So if you need wrapping needs, right, I don't know if that's allowed on a sponsored show, but we're going to do it. So it's me doing it, so you won't get in trouble. But yeah, head over to Greenville Signs. So, but back to Justin. And Justin is a kid that's the type of personality he has. Is like, I see a need, I'm gonna go fill that need, and then that will eventually, as he learns the game of football, that's going to benefit him being successful. But more importantly, just having that attitude when he graduates from here, he's going to be a major asset wherever he goes. And then our last kid, newcomer to us, so with the advent of everything going on now, so it's like we got kids coming in and out all the time. Late and stuff. But there's a couple other kids there. So I won't mention them on the show because I haven't got the paperwork stuff, right. And but just know fans know a lot of these shows, this is for the kids.
Yeah.
So they can hear their name being talked about, but also at the same time we got to make sure everything's above board as well.
No HIPAA violations. Got to get paperwork submitted first.
Yep. So it's all about the kids and from there. So that's why. These shows aren't. It's not like a college football program like press conference where
right.
You're
we
talking.
Can't give you injury updates and everything like that.
So stuff like that, and then critiquing kids and stuff. That's not what this is about. So those kids, I know who you are. We'll talk about you guys as we go through the season. So, but. They're all valued members of our program, and one thing about our program is we are reaping the benefits of 5 or 6 years of great off-season work, and we got our kids in position to go compete, and whatever that happens, our definition of success this year, we'll have to wait and see what that looks like because we got a lot of unknowns right now. A lot of question marks. I'd like to think I know where that's going to land, but really it's going to be up to how do we go compete on a Friday night. So, all right, what do we got next?
At the bottom of the roster, you've got a coaching staff right there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of those coaches we're familiar with. Of course, at the top, Head Coach Eric Tilson, but you got a lot of names below that we're familiar with, whether they've been on the sidelines or whether they've been on the field before. So it looks like you have a lot of names on your coaching staff, which is always a good sign. Take us through your coaching staff this year and who you'll have alongside you.
Well, just so you know, coaching's like the mafia. So once you're in.
You're in.
Well, we have unretired Ed Tilson.
We got Coach T back.
Coach T is back.
I did see him over summer, but I didn't know if he was formally returning.
He is formally returning. He's going to take over the defense again.
Okay.
He can't stay.
He can't stay away.
And I remember Cloudland game last year. He's in the back of the end zone with my family over here, and he's yelling at him. So he's couldn't stay away. And then, so he's coming back. We return Eric Vaughn, who's been our offense coordinator. He's going to return as quarterback coach and pass game coordinator, and I guess our ASL expert on the coaching staff. So he's the one that's really
the relaying things.
Yeah, relaying stuff.
Okay.
Like it's the amount that he's learned has been impressive. But he has a lot. He's very valuable in terms of like coming up with like how we do things offensively and how we structure things, and to help me to make sure that because like it's sometimes hard as a coach because like I've been doing this so long, I intuitively understand things like football wise. So sometimes we got to get back into a player's shoes of like, what's it like for them to learn what we're doing? So like we try to have systems in place so things aren't confusing. So like, for example, we run power. You don't want to have rules versus one defense and then different rules for a different defense, or then they come out in odd defense. That's a completely new set of rules. Like that's just very confusing, and that's just one play. So helping to come up with rules systems that like can be applied to multiple plays. That way they learn the rules, and if they know the rules, they can pretty much do most of it. And that's what he's been very valuable for. And then doing the same thing with the pass game, making it very simple for the kids to go out and go execute. And then processes of install, how to teach it, and then how to structure it. And then obviously I would say we have the best quarterbacks coach in our area in terms of just the actual physical technique of the quarterback position. So I think our guys have been very fortunate to have what they have there. And then we got some new faces on the sideline this year who are not new faces.
Right. They're familiar faces.
They're familiar faces,
in a new role.
In a new role. So we have added Thomas Darnell, Blake Hurd, and Owen Pierce to our coaching staff. So there are typically adds a interesting dynamic, but also a very valuable dynamic because they now have all played for me for 4 years. So they have an understanding of what we are trying to accomplish. And then they provide a unique perspective in terms of they just got done playing. So now we can ask questions.
They bridge that gap between coach and player.
Yes. So, and people don't realize how valuable that is because sometimes when you got a very old coaching staff, sometimes it's hard to like, well, what's the pulse of the team right now? Well, they pretty much have it. They understand it now. Obviously, this is their first year coaching, so we're not going to ask them to do a whole lot in terms of like the actual coaching. So that'll fall on the older coaches, but they've already worth their weight in gold already so far in terms of like able to ask them questions like, okay, so we got this issue in terms of like playbook, scheme, maybe there's a personnel issue. It's like, all right, you guys just got done playing. Like, what do you guys think about this? Right. So that's been very valuable in terms of there. And then, so Thomas is helping out with the quarterbacks. He's also learning sign language as well. He's learning faster than I am. Of course, that makes it valedictorian. And
right.
So,
right.
And then he's helping out there with defensive backs. Blake is basically following me around all day because he's helping with the offensive line and linebackers, which is the two positions I primarily coach. And then Owen's basically following Coach T around. So
on defense,
So Coach Vaughn has his shadow, Thomas, and then I've got my shadow, Blake, and then Coach T has his shadow, Owen. So it's it kind of works out pretty well in that regard. So we look forward to having them, and I hope JV will be a whole lot of fun. So let that roll. And then want to shout out our middle school head coach, Scotty. Let me tell you, having Scotty down there is it doesn't get a whole lot of notoriety, but like sitting in my chair, I couldn't be more pleased about that, because now I know that kids that come from, they're getting taught very, very well. And we've been very fortunate my whole time here. We go from Coach Matt Weems coaching our middle school, who was on our staff the whole time, and then so we have him, and then he comes up to the high school to coach basketball. So that's a great transition. And then there was some concern, like, okay, well, what's going to happen at the middle school now? Then they knocked it out of the park with Coach Varan coming back, and like seeing their improvement is tremendous. And plus having another guy who's been a high school head coach, and not only been a high school head coach, been a successful
also.
Yeah, been one here.
Mr. Ayers, come by the office.
Has been one here, been in the county, been other places, been successful about everywhere he's been. So it's good to be able to have somebody to call and just mount, like, hey, I've got this head coaching problem. It's like, how would you handle this? And being able to talk with him about it. And then our director of football operations, James Rosenbaum. So he does a lot of the off the field roles and stuff that nobody ever sees.
If you come to the game, you hear him more
you
than
will
you
hear
see
him. Yes, you will hear him. So he does our play-by-play. He just got a brand new mic. So
crisp.
It's going to sound very, very sharp.
Speaking of Mike, I didn't release the disclaimer at the beginning of the show. We're very deep into this now, and you've probably already noticed I'm holding mine. The clip broke on mine, so I have to hold mine like a regular microphone for the time being. It broke a long time ago. I've just not had time to super glue it yet, but and maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get new mics. Who knows?
Well, I probably should shout out another member of our coaching staff who's not really on our football coaching staff, but it kind of feels like he is James Buchanan.
Okay. Here he is making another appearance on the show.
So to have Coach Buchanan as an athletic director, we are very fortunate in North Greene because, like, he has the mindset of a coach because he is a coach. And so, like, you're able to talk to an administrator who understands it. And that's the thing about North Greene is we have administrators who understand athletics and either have been through it, played, had children come through it, have coached themselves like that. So that's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
But with James, like, that's another level because, like, for example, like, we go to Jellicoe, and it's one of our longest trips. Is like a lot of times, like, families won't go watch it, but he's at every single away game. And then not only is he at every single away game, he goes to a trip like Jellicoe, and then we win on the last play of the game. And then all of a sudden, like, we start celebrating, and he's out there on the field past me, and I haven't even had a chance to go out there yet. He had jumped the fence to get out there. So, like, you see some of, was it Tate's picture? Tate go to that game? Like, Tate's picture. You see Coach Buchanan, like, running out there, and some of our players said, it's like, yeah, I was running to coaches, and all of a sudden Coach Buchanan's here, so celebrating with. But that's a type of excitement that brings as an athletic department. So, like, you got to shout out that. So with especially small school like ours, is like all the coaches are all helping each other.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal to have.
Probably the biggest 1A coaching staff I may have ever seen. And that's a good thing.
I've seen bigger.
For 1A?
Yes.
But those are the players, those are the coaches. Put it all together.
If I missed anybody, I'm sorry.
We'll get you on.
We'll get you at some point.
Episode 1. This is a preview edition, and we've previewed the roster. We've previewed the coaching staff. Let's go through the games. Let's go through the goals for North Greene this season. But before we do that, let's take a short break first. Thank our sponsors for everything they do for us here at First Horizons Green Sports Zone. We'll see you right after the break.
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, You are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Hey folks, it's Gateway Ford in Greenville. Right now, everyone gets Ford employee pricing. The same deal Ford employees get. No games, no negotiation. Save maximum green in Greenville today at Gateway Ford on Highway 11 East or at gatewayfordgreenville.com. Save some green in Greenville at Gateway Nissan, carrying on a 55-year tradition of doing business your way. Save thousands on Sentra, Rogue, Frontier, and more. Take the short drive to Gateway Nissan in Greenville or online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has been serving the Tri-Cities with a personal touch because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet fixes to major plumbing repiping, we have the expertise to get it done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect fit. Our technicians stand behind their work and leave your space spotless. Need a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show, where we cover everything on the Tundra with the North Greene Huskies football team. As always, joined here with Huskies head coach Eric Tilson at the newly wrapped round table. Let's talk about the schedule coming up. Got a 10-game schedule again this year. Got a tough 8-team region. It's a pretty easy schedule for you to make. You really don't have to make your schedule.
I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was call one team and be like, hey, is this date available? And he's like, yep, it was. Boom, we're done.
You got 7 region games, 3 non-region county games, filling out your schedule this year. Same as last year, just flipping dates. Take me through the schedule this year.
Well, every game matters. So that going through the ringer there. So start off week 1, we're at home. Got a county opponent with the check note Black Knights rolling in. That will be an exciting game because we will be unveiling our brand new stadium.
We have a lot of brand new things to unveil here at North Greene.
So
Part 1 will be the stadium, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
Part 1 actually was the newly wrapped equipment truck out there. So if you haven't seen it yet, hopefully you do. And then also see Part 2.
Shout out Grable Signs. And then, yeah, so we got a new stadium. It's currently being installed right now, and they're about done. And then we have another special surprise for that game. Have to wait and see about that. So not even our players know.
They know something now.
They know something's happening. They just don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. So we've kept that under wraps. Then we're on the road week 2 with another county opponent heading down to West Greene, which is, again, when got county opponents, games matter quite a bit. Week 3, a little odd week. We're playing on Thursday. That is Labor Day
weekend.
So we're playing on Thursday. We are at home that week. Then we got the Labor Day weekend. Again, that is Thursday on the 3rd, not the 4th. That is a Thursday game. Then we're back at home the next week on 9/11. We have South Greene at home. We're going to do we got the flags coming out that game to honor the victims of 9/11 that game. And again, it's another important home game. Our home slate's pretty jam-packed with some pretty good games. With 2 county opponents, a couple big region games. So pretty excited about that. Then we're back on the road again, head down to the hostile confines of Cosby, which is always a big rival game. So it seems both communities have some vile hatred towards each other. So coaching staff's always enjoyed each other's company, but
the fans don't.
But like, well, for about 48 minutes, we hate each other. But it's definitely a fun. I love it because it makes the games just that much better. So like when it's hostile, it's so much fun. So I hope fans just show out for that game. Then we come back home. We got Hampton here on the 25th. Then we are back home again for our last home game. Our last home game's early. So if you want to catch us at home, then you need to do that before fall break. So that's October 2nd. We play Jellicoe here. That'll be senior night. And then we have a bye week. And then we're on the road for 3 straight weeks. So
tough way to end the season.
Yep. So we were at home 3 straight weeks last year.
Right.
So now we got to return and unfortunately, so it's like, well, why would you do that? I didn't schedule this. This was all the TSSAA's doing. So, but we head up to Cloudland, up on their nice new turf. Then we make the long trek the next week to Sunbright. And then we're back to Carter County again, playing on Thursday. It's our year to do the mandated Thursday game. Head up to Unaka with their brand new turf. So got quite a few games on the turf.
3 games on brand new turf, I believe. Or is it only 2?
I think it's only 2.
Only 2?
Yep.
Okay.
The end of the year.
I know one's still being installed. I didn't know if it would be completed yet.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the schedule there. And looking at the schedule, we obviously know what the goals have been the past few years, and you've completed a lot of those goals. And that's ultimately to make the playoffs. You've got a little bit of a streak going on. Of course, last year it made it a little bit tougher with the region expanding and growing to 8 teams, and it's going to be that same way again just because with an 8-team region, you just have to win more games.
Yeah, you got to win more games,
win.
And it's getting increasingly harder every year because teams are improving.
Right. So what are some of those goals you have for your team this year?
Well, we have the same goals going into every year, but we've kind of got to redefine like how to achieve them, and because we really took a look at like it's a long 10-game year, and like I hate setting a goal like we're going to go undefeated this year because you drop one game because you're going to have a day that you're just not going to play well, and another team's going to play. Or some teams play poorly and they still find a way to win. That happens, but football, like sometimes things happen. So you got to teach your kids how to be resilient. Well, you can't do that if you're like setting very binary goals that are like we got to win every single game. It's like, so first we talk about taking things one step at a time. Like today, we got to win today. So we have a walkthrough. We call it the script scrimmage, which we go over every single random situation that happens. And what happens when the punt is blocked behind the line of scrimmage versus when it's punt beyond the line of scrimmage, like stuff. So like we got to own that today. So like learning how to win that day, and then we go to tomorrow. We go to our scrimmage tomorrow, like win that day, and then win your rest days. Like so, taking it from that angle, and then. I heard NFL coach talk about creating streaks with your games in terms of so you want to start a winning streak. So once you have a winning streak, you want to continue the win streak. And then if you drop a game, okay, let's just create a new streak. So just always having that mindset of like always looking forward, looking back for reflection, but never looking too far forward because you got to live now, which is a good life lesson to have. But like, especially with like an 8-team region, like you about have to look at things that way. I mean, I look at University of Tennessee schedule this year, and it's like you got your 3 games, and then like after that, it's a gauntlet of SEC opponents. So it's like I'm not comparing like our schedule to SEC opponents, but like it's the same mindset of like he's got to take it week by week because. If we have a game that like we have historically over the past few years like have taken care of business, that doesn't mean we're going to do it this year. Right. And that's the one thing I talk with our kids all the time about is this is the 2026 edition of North Greene. You don't have to compare yourself to the 2025 version, the 2024 version, or even the 2027 version. You just need to be the best version of the 2026 version that you can be. So whether that is winning a region, hosting a playoff game, winning a playoff game, or whether that is making the playoffs. It's like we have to find, like, we have to go achieve what is the best, and then that's got to be our goal. So, well, we're not going to know that till we go throughout the season, because especially nowadays it's hard to make a prediction, because you used to be able to, but okay, let's look at the returners back of the other teams. Let's see what's happened with their middle school. Let's see what kids are coming up. Who did they graduate? Well, you can't do that anymore, because there's kids going from one place to the other quite a bit, so it's hard to make those type of predictions. So, because you don't know, like, there's things you just don't know about. So, which, truthfully, as a coach, is kind of freeing, because, like, you tend to, like, look out towards the rest of the conference, and you're like, well, we should beat them, or like, we're gonna have a hard time beating them. It's like, well, who knows? So now it frees you up to be like, let's just go be the best version of North Greene. And then, which means I think we have a good shot of being successful. But what does that success mean? So, right. Yeah, I've said a lot to say nothing, but we have our goals. We want to make the playoffs every year. We want to host a playoff game. We want to put ourselves in a position to go compete. So what does that mean? Is we got to find out what is the identity of our team. Once we find out the identity of our team, we'll kind of know. So, like I said, we got a lot of question marks. So, who's going to make the plays when it matters? So, I think we have some pieces, but
let's go play football and find out.
Yeah, let's go play football and find out.
I'm excited for it. We'll be out here on the Tundra in week 1 against Chucky Doak. We'll be presenting it as the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommy's Plumbing. Won't even be shy about it. We'll go ahead and release the news right now. You see a county game in week 1, we'll be there broadcasting it as the Game of the Week. Can't wait for it. It's only a short 15 days away at the time of recording right now. Oh, yeah. Of course, by the time of release, it'll be even shorter than that, and the anticipation and the excitement will have built a little bit more. But, hey, until next time.
Until next time.
It's been good sitting down with you at the newly wrapped round table. But until then, thank you all for watching the first edition of this year's Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show. We look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.